I don't even think those guys are hallucinating this person being a part of the CIA. Because, like, goddamn, if the CIA is working with this fucking loser, holy shit, they've fallen so far. As you guys know, just Pearly Things, just Girly Things, whatever the fuck her name is, she did this crazy thing where, she did this crazy thing that's not so crazy, I guess, when you consider how these right-wing freakazoids behave online, where she did the Jewish question meme. You know what I mean? She did like why can't we ask? Well, you know what? Let's just watch the video. Here, this is what she did.
Anti-feminist influencers creating major buzz online with a contrary.
Now remember, up until this very moment, what you need to understand is she thinks Piers Morgan is her friend. Piers Morgan has had her on the show a bunch.
She's appeared in a couple of debates on this show. It's called Uncensored after all. We welcome any honestly held opinions. But this week, she's facing a major backlash for posting a song titled Why Can't We Talk About the Jews, which she dedicated to far-right commentator Nick Fuentes before later.
She's like, what? The camera op did her dirty too. Or I get like, I don't know, maybe they didn't do her dirty. Maybe they were ready for her. She's like, what? Why do you think this was not going to be discussed, you dumbass?
Deleting it.
Why can't we talk about without getting kicked off of YouTube? Now, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I kinda wanna know why. Now there's all these conspiracy theories, and the more they talk, I think maybe they're right. But I can't even listen to the convo.
Well, Pearl joins me now, along with the New York author and founder of End Jew Hatred, Brooke Goldstein, over in the States. All right, Pearl, you've come on the show a couple of times, right? We've had some spirited debates about feminism and stuff like that, and I thought you've made some good points, and it's got lots of traction. Then I wake up the other day and I see this thing that's trending involving you doing this song.
Which one's worse, ukulele apology or guitar Hitler apologist? Guitar Hitler apologist is definitely, it's definitely up there. I mean, it's wild. But it's not new. Like, the ukulele apology is new. So I think ukulele apology still wins because, like, people singing about Hitler or people saying, like, incredibly white supremacist, incredibly racist shit with a guitar is not new at all. It's a classic, even. Like, Owen Benjamin did the super racist, like, that N-word stole my bike song. That's like his main thing. You know what I mean? Like, musical pieces from these like talentless fucking hacks that just like are incredibly racist for no fucking reason, for shock value is really, really old. I mean, dude, think about, what is it, Burzum? Was it Burzum? I mean, dude, there's plenty of fucking white supremacist music pieces, actually. This one, when you think about white supremacist music, like, this one's mid. Like, there's literally white supremacist music that kind of bangs in some respects, where if you don't know the background of what they're or if you don't even understand what the fuck they're saying, you know what I mean? Yeah, Varg is like an actual musician and a murderer and a Nazi. Really interesting guy in general. Anyway, let's continue.
And I couldn't really believe what I was watching. I didn't know why did you find it funny?
Huh?
Did you find it funny?
Huh?
I mean,
That's good response.
The backlash to it. I mean, you deleted it. You obviously thought you shouldn't have posted it. Mm-hmm. Why did you do that? Genuine question.
I mean, the point was more about cancel culture and people getting kicked off of social media if you finish the song.
Oh, dude, that's such a good point to make. It's so funny. What a unique point to make. No one has ever made a point about cancel culture and people getting kicked off of social media before. So I'm really glad that she's brave enough to make that point in this way. No, idiot. That's not the point. Everybody fucking talks about cancel culture on television just like you are. Okay? There's a difference between talking about cancel culture and being like, what's up with what's up with Jewish people and Hitler, like, which she agreed with at the end of the song. So, like, what do you mean? You know what you were doing. Why is she so bad at misogyny? I know. Well, because she's a woman. Actually, that's a lie. Women are so fucking good at misogyny. Women are better at misogyny sometimes than, in many respects, than men. She's just really bad in general. Women can be incredible at misogyny. What was that tweet where it was like, there was a tweet I saw the other day where it was like about the casting director who said, like, we casted Yennefer on Witcher as in a way to challenge beauty expectations and beauty standards. And I was like, God damn. And then someone literally quote tweeted it and was like, women are so much more brutal and so much better than men at doing misogyny when they want to. It is an insane thing to fucking say. It was like, why would you say that? Why would you ever say that? First of all, she's really pretty. Like, why did you even... Yeah, casting director Sophie Holland says, Anya Chalotra's casting as Yennefer of Vengerberg in a Netflix adaptation of Witcher was intended to challenge beauty standards. Which... Yeah, oh yeah, here it is. It's this tweet. Women are so much better at misogyny than men. Like that. That's like that's just like a wild thing to come out of your mouth, dude. You were just like, yeah, guys, this super hot woman that we casted was a big challenge for us because she's Indian. Like, what? She's super hot. What are you saying? She's literally just conventionally attractive by Western beauty standards, too. Like, what the fuck? What are we doing here? Anyway, literally fired this weird-ass showrunner. It makes me so mad. Anyway. On the first episode, she wasn't, though. Bitch, on the first episode, you think that's what she actually looked like in the real world when they were casting her? Yeah. That's not the showrunner, by the way. That's just the casting director, which is, again, like I said, a pretty funny thing to say overall. Yeah, she was a troll with, like, severe disabilities, like physical disabilities. What the fuck do you mean? Okay. Anyway, let's get back to this troll who only has the brain blocking ability. All right, let's get back to this troll.
It was more about, like, you can't talk about this topic without being canceled by the left and the right. I don't really have a strong opinion either way. It was kind of just like tongue.
Wait, what do you mean? You don't have a strong opinion on, like, Jewish people dominating media either way and, like, whether or not Hitler was right to say what he said? Is that what you just said? Because that's an insane thing to say. You might as well just say you have a strong opinion that leans on the Hitler side at that point, okay? Because it's one of those things that is like, it's one of those things. There's two issues that are taught throughout history. You don't usually prescribe normative, value-based definitions to certain things that happen in history, right? And especially as time passes and we move away, we have a much broader understanding of what happened. That's why we don't treat Genghis Khan in the same way that we treat, like, historical figures from history that's closer to our time, right? But there's two issues that you just don't teach like that. You don't just say is you do have a normative way of teaching two things throughout history: slavery, which is bad, and Nazis, which is bad. That's it. It's like super easy. You don't have to fucking hand it to the Nazis, and you don't have to hand it to the slavers. It's so odd. It's just bad. It's bad. Did she run out of red pill material? Why do they always go in this direction? Every red pillar is literally just like sitting. They're always sitting at home festering. Just trying to talk about how much they love Hitler, and also on top of that, trying to talk about how much they think 16-year-olds are fuckable. Which Pearl did that as well, by the way. She came out of the gate swinging, did the Nazi thing, and then immediately followed that up with a good old-fashioned pedophilia moment. In public, she posted, she said 16-year-olds are way more attractive than 26-year-olds. That's what she said. Why would you do that? 16-year-old chicks are hotter than 26-year-old chicks. Like an insane thing to say. What the fuck? Why? Why is this happening? The only person that is allowed to say this is a 16-year-old, okay? You are not a 16-year-old. Don't say that. What the fuck are you saying? Are you 16? And then also, like, people aren't even embarrassed to fucking be like, oh, this is a good tweet. I'm going to like it. You know what I mean? What the fuck's going on? The funny part, yeah, I think it's supposed to be self-deprecating. She hates herself. We know that by now, I think. She despises herself. She has so much self-hatred. I mean, her entire point of view revolves around being a unlikable ghoul who hates women. Like, that's her whole shtick. You know what I mean?
In cheek. I didn't really expect it to get that crazy. It wasn't dedicated to anyone. I don't know why they say that, but that's not true.
I mean, Nick Fuentes is a white supremacist. He's a Holocaust denier. He said afterwards that you had dropped a diss track on the Jews, which he clearly took to be something which was, mocking Jewish people. Talking about, I'm not saying Hitler was a good guy, but I want to know why. What do you want to know why?
Well, it was more like, why can't we talk about it? It wasn't like.
You talked about the more conspiracy theories you've heard about Hitler and the Holocaust, presumably.
I'm a fan of conspiracy theory. Like, people think I'm part of the CIA. There's a whole conspiracy thing online. And,
Okay, I'm going to be honest, dude. I don't think anybody thinks she's a part of the CIA. Okay? Nobody thinks that. Like, I think the whole podcasters and YouTubers are part of the CIA narrative is just like all schizo posting with varying degrees, right? It's varying degrees of schizo posting. But I don't even think those guys are hallucinating this person being a part of the CIA. Because, like, goddamn, if the CIA is working with this fucking loser, holy shit, they've fallen so far.
No, I'm not for like silencing it either way. The point of the song isn't like I really have an opinion on the matter. It's more, I don't think we should ban people off of social media. So far so that I think it should be illegal to ban anybody off of social media unless they're inciting violence.
Dude, this is so funny. Well, first of all, yeah, when you're doing Nazi conspiracies, you are inciting violence. That's what the Nazis did. You want more people to become Nazis. That's your goal. But regardless, this is not like, this is an argument that has been played out so many fucking times, dude. This cycle needs to die out. I hate it. The whole like, oh, and it's been played out by people who are like more charismatic than her, which is not, saying much, obviously. And people who are even smarter than her, which is, again, not saying much, obviously, of like, why can't we just talk about Nazi stuff openly? Like, freedom of speech. You shouldn't be able to get fucking taken out of social media spaces unless you're inciting violence. Like, what the fuck? I've heard this argument. It was a big cycle during Gamergate. It was a big cycle leading up to Donald Trump's election in like 2014, 2015, 2016. And it died out a little bit because like it got to the culmination. It got to the climax where, there were people who were out and about. They were white supremacists. They were Nazis. And they felt comfortable going around and protesting in broad daylight without masks. And we saw what happened. We saw what fucking happened. And then people inevitably were like, all right, oh, this is terrible. Put this shit back in the fucking jar. Okay? Nope.
Violence. That was the point of the song. I'm not really... It was more like tongue-in-cheek.
But just to be clear, what are the conspiracy theories surrounding Hitler, which you feel the more you hear them, the more you're interested in them?
Well, I don't know because I can't hear them.
Huh?
I don't know
the ones that Nick Fuentes.
Well, I wasn't even talking about Nick. I was thinking of Ye, to be honest. I don't know why they put that Nick was the inspiration for that song. I was thinking of Ye.
You are aware of the big backlash to this and the deep upset from the Jewish community.
I certainly.
You know what the most ironic thing is? She's a woman living under the patriarchy. And because she's not hot and doesn't meet the muster as an object of sexual desire, she literally is not even getting enough clout from the side that's supposed to elevate her. So she has basically turned around and tried to do like low-hanging fruit, bottom-of-the-barrel misogyny, which didn't work. Listen, the unfortunate reality is that in a world that Pearl wants to live in, she can't thrive or survive. Like, there were better versions of Pearl that came out before her, and even they got fucking owned inevitably because the inherent contradictions of being like from being one step removed from the person in positions of power while simultaneously advocating for further marginalization for your own subgroup is always going to end up harming you. Look no further than the likes of Faith Goldie and Lauren Southern. Both were fitting Western beauty standards significantly better than Pearl. And that's why they popped off. They popped off. And ultimately, the own inherent contradictions trapped inside of ultra-nationalist and fascist movements ended up harming them. Because you're still a woman at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Remember that article that came out where it was like trad women are frustrated that trad women are frustrated that the alt-right movement is not representing them well. And it's like, yeah, no shit, dog. Of course that's not happening. Yeah, obviously. Hasan, what is the association between who Ruth Bader Ginsburg was and women in positions of real power and hotness? What do you mean? I'm so confused by you today. I'm saying that if you want to run the gamut of misogynistic commentary, you got to look like a Fox News pinup doll. You cannot get elevated into a position of power in misogynistic circles if you do not fit the profile of what is a breedable object of sexual desire. How is this confusing? Hello? Is this actually confusing? I don't get it. She said this exact thing about herself. This isn't even your take. Yeah, exactly. ultimately, in order to be a Nazi, a successful Nazi, you have to be a white man, okay? Because after a certain point, everyone's going to go, why are you talking? You're a woman. Shouldn't you be shutting the fuck up as a woman? Barefoot and pregnant in the kitchen, avoiding the top of the hour ad break, which comes at the top of the hour every hour. You know what I mean? If you no longer want to see those ads, all you need to do is subscribe, which you can do for $5 or free with Twitch Prime. By connecting your Amazon Prime account to your Twitch account, or by getting gifted a sub if you're lucky from 34MKD50 for the most part. He's the only one gifting out here, going crazy. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. Being a femcel on the right will only take you so far. Noah Colwyn disagrees with you? Okay, listen. No. We disagreed. Me and Noah disagree on this. Okay, I saw that tweet, and I did one of these like, oh, I am not seeing it.